What's up, everybody? Yesterday, we got the new season of Warzone Modern Warfare 3, Season 6. It's The Haunting. Everybody's excited about that. What I think everybody should be more excited about is the brand new broken battle rifle that we got yesterday. Of course, we got two new weapons. We got the new battle rifle. We got the new LMG. Have yet to touch the new LMG because the battle rifle is just too good right now. The DTIR 3006, 30-06, whatever you want to call it, is stupid broken. It's got the best time to kill when you look at the DTIR, the STG, and the Pull-Me-Out. The STG and the Pull-Me-Out being the two meta weapons at the end of last season. Pull-Me-Out didn't get touched. STG barely got touched. But the DTIR came. It has a faster time to kill than both. If you thought those two were low recoil, this gun literally does not have recoil. Absolutely broken. Of course, we're going to run through the loadout, and then we'll jump over to True Game Data to look at it by a number basis for anyone that cares. But if you haven't unlocked and leveled this thing up yet, 100% do it. You will not regret it. Let's go look at the loadout. Okay, so starting off with the obvious stuff for the loadout, we have the Quartermaster Suppressor. It helps gun kick control. It helps recoil control in both directions, and you're undetectable by radar. It's the absolute must-use attachment, and it has been, obviously. Corio Eagle's Eye is my choice of optic. You can do the Jack Glassless. You can do one of the popular thermal sights, but I go with the Corio Eagle's Eye. Thermal is tempting, though. 40-round mag, of course, because it is the largest mag. Then we move on to the barrel here. We have the Extend 10 long barrel. Helps bullet velocity, damage range, and movement speed. The movement speed is surprisingly good on this. And then, so you look at the other barrels. You have another long barrel, an excess short barrel, and a suppressed barrel. So we're going to go and take out the short barrel. We're going to take out the suppressed barrel. And we're going to look at the Fixer 1.4 long barrel, the Sanctum 60 long barrel. The Extended 10 long barrel that we use gives you bullet velocity and damage range. We don't need recoil control because, like I said, this is no recoil, so that long barrel's out. And we have bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control. Once again, we don't need recoil control. We do like the bullet velocity and damage range. When we go to True Game Data, you'll see that the Extend is better at both of those. But this also hurts movement speed, whereas the other long barrel helps movement speed. Its only negative is hip fire and tac stance, which we don't care about. And this one also hurts aim down sight and sprint to fire. So between the X10 and the Sanctum 60 long, we go with the Extend because we don't need that recoil control and there's no real negatives to it, plus that movement speed bone. So then we go to stocks. If you go to underbarrel, recoil control, aiming idle sway, gun kick control, all great for helping you hit your shots. It hurts aim down sight, sprint to fire, and movement speed, but it barely hurts aim down sight and sprint to fire, which aren't super important long range, and we've already helped our movement speed. Of course, there's the nimble stock. We don't need the recoil control and gun kick control as much. The aim idle sway is a huge part of why we choose this stock. Then you have the Marksman 3 stock that helps gun kick control and aim down and recoil control, not as much as the Rifleman 20 stock. And once again, we're not worried about sprint to fire, aim down sight speed. It does help aim down sight speed, so you could consider it if you wanted. And then you have the Minuteman stock, which doesn't help with anything that we need for long range and would add recoil. Go with the Rifleman 200 stock. As for underbarrels, nothing's really worth it when we have such low recoil. You could go with the Bruin Heavy to help that firing aim stability because there's a little bit of visual recoil here, but we're not worried about that, and that adds vertical recoil. Rear grip, not worried about. Laser, no. Never use those. You could drop the Rifleman 20 stock if you wanted for high velocity or high grain, probably high grain. If you wanted, I don't think it's necessary. It felt good without it. And we wanted to build this absolutely like no recoil, and that's where the stock comes in since we don't do that with our Extend 10 long barrel. And the Quartermaster does that as well. So this is the loadout to run. I wouldn't recommend changing anything personally, except if you like a different optic. You could play around with it if you really wanted to. I don't think there's a need to. The Quartermaster doesn't give range, so if you don't find the recoil to be too bad, you could drop the Rifleman or the Quartermaster and put on like high grain ammo. But that's the only change that you could really consider, and I don't think those are really worth it. So that's the loadout. DTIR 3006. If you don't have it, go unlock it, go level it up, absolutely use it. It is the best long-range gun if you don't want to snipe. So, with that all being said, if you're here just for the loadout, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below what you think of the gun, whatever. For the rest of us, we're going to go over to True Game Data. Okay, so now we're over on True Game Data. We got the DTIR 30-06 loadout that we just talked about. We have the STG loadout. Normally, I would actually prefer the 7.92 barrel, but we went with the C70 long barrel to give it its best chance on the TTK charts against the DTIR 30-06, and then we have the pull me out build. Some people ran like high grain or something over the rear grip, but I just liked the rear grip because there's no Bruin heavy underbarrel, and I just lead my shots more. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to look at this TTK chart. We have combination on, just using the default values that True Game Data puts on here, and you can see the DTIR 30 up close. Nothing's close to it. When we get the first drop off, which is the STG, the DTIR is at worst 64 milliseconds ahead, and at best for the or the drop off so weird there, or it's 164. Then when we go where the pull me out finally drops off, the best case for the pull me out is that it's 63 milliseconds faster. Worst case for the pull me out, it's 173. So you can see, and then they never catch up after they drop off. Even after this DTIR drops off finally, we are still at worst case 57 milliseconds ahead of the pull me out and 133 ahead of the STG. So smoking both of those. That's combination. You can throw into headshots, doesn't matter. Neck shots, the pull me out, if you're hitting all neck shots only, takes the lead at the very long ranges. Good luck hitting just the neck at long range. Chest shots, don't hit stomach shots with the DTIR, but even then, you're still competing with the STG, which nobody's really running the pull me out, which they should. I might make a video on that since I didn't last season. Maybe. And so you're still really close to the STG if you're hitting all stomach shots. Upper arm, we got the DTIR back in the lead. Same with lower arm. Lower leg, it's only losing out to the pull me out, and they kind of go back and forth. Upper leg, and then lower leg looks the same as upper leg. But the combination's what matters the most, because you're not going to hit all shots on one region or range, whatever you want to call it, on somebody's body, same spot. And so we're going with the combination, default True Game Data values, and the DTIR is just destroying the pull me out in the STG. If you put in ADS time, gap gets even bigger. If you change it to sprint to fire time, it's still a huge gap for the DTIR. So go run the DTIR, go level it up. It's unquestionably the best. If you wanted to go down here, bullet velocity, it's better than the pull me out, worse than the STG, but who cares? The fire rate is the biggest issue at 472. It is unforgiving a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. Just you'll figure it out as you use it. The hit scan range, farther than the pull me out, a little bit less than the STG. Move speed has the best move speed by a decent amount. Reload speed is slower than the STG, but by 0.19 seconds, and way faster than the pull me out. Sprint speed is the fastest, not by a whole lot, but it is. Sprint to fire is the fastest. That matters to you. Swap speed is the second quickest. The tac sprint speed, so when you're rotating the open, is actually second fastest to the STG. That's one thing with the STG, is it's actually really fast at tac sprint speed. And induces the most target flinch of the three. So there's a lot of little things too besides time to kill that make the DTIR so good. Like I keep saying, go level up, go use it. It might get a nerf soon, even though they didn't really nerf the STG until this season. It's still not much of a nerf. It's still top of the long range meta outside of the DTIR and maybe the pull me out. So that's all I got to say about that. That's True Game Data. That's the loadout. If you wanted to look out the loadout one more time, it's right here on the left. But I will see you on Urzikstan, Hellspawn, Vondel Knight, and which one am I missing? And Fortune's Keep. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.